morning, Copper Basin. How are y'all doing? Happy Halloween. My hair looks good. All right, but happy Halloween, everybody. Today is the last story, so stay around for that. Weather. Oh, it's short today. Okay. Today, sunny. High winds, or high in the mid 40s to upper 50s, and winds pushing around 10 miles per hour. Okay. Saturday, it looks like partially sunny, going to be cloudy, and then highs up in the 60s with light winds. Cool. And then pushing towards Sunday, about this same thing with 40% chance of showers. But yeah, other than Sunday, it looks like we're going to be clear for rain. Temperatures are down, but that's okay. That's okay. We were expecting that. That's okay. Yes. But moving forward to the theme. Reading the story.
And it is Halloween.
Oh, happy Halloween, everybody. This is the last story because, well, it's Halloween. We scheduled it just like that. Lunch, breakfast, sports, gulp. I don't know if there are any sports upcoming.
We have playoffs like next week or something.
Playoffs next week or something. Okay. Lunch or breakfast. Polo Loco chicken is what we have today. For breakfast tomorrow, or breakfast Saturday, or breakfast, you're messing me up, man. Breakfast Monday, I don't know what we got because it's a new month and I need to get a new paper. But school announcements, no, there are none. Birthdays, I don't think so. Wait, hold on. Yes, Sydney Dockery's birthday is today on Halloween. So, happy birthday to Sydney Dockery. I haven't seen her in a while, actually. Nothing. Oh, well, rumor has it she is homeschooled. So, if y'all have connections with her, tell her happy birthday. All right. Well, I think that covers up everything for today. I appreciate y'all for watching. I'll catch y'all. No, I'm kidding. Let's get the story read. You want to show your costume? We'll do that towards the end of the show. I'll read the story and then we can show your costume. I think she's scarier without the costume. Personally speaking. Okay. All right. Excuse me. All right. Sorry, I dropped my pencil. Whoops. All right. So, this last story today from Miss Nicholson's class. Much appreciated, Miss Nicholson, and her students for writing these stories and donating them to CBTV so we can read them out for the Halloween spirit. Today's story is by Caden Garland. Sorry, I put an extra D in there. Caden Garland. Thank you, Caden. I appreciate that. The name of the story is Death Water Motel. All right, let's get into it. Me. I woke up in a mysterious motel with no memory of how I got here. Why is everyone so afraid of the rain? It sounds oddly familiar. For this, we have to go back to the late night where it all happened. One night, I woke up to the sound of a giant bell chiming. Looking around my surroundings, I was in a motel room. Nothing around me but a flashlight and a note. I glanced at the note and picked up the flashlight. As I stood up, I felt nauseous, weak, like someone had drugged me. I had no memory on how I got there, only that I had to get out. I held the flashlight in my hand, turning it on and pointing it at the note on the damp, fleshy floor. I noticed some writing on it, writing that was bloody red. The note read, They aren't what they seem. Find me and stay out of the rain." The writing was written in blood. I could tell because some of it was dripping off the page. Looking around for anything to help me, I saw a beaten-up motel room. Paint ripped off the walls, dirty, damp floors, no furniture, no kitchen, destroyed ceiling, and no signs of life. There was a door at the front of the motel room. I grasped frantically in the middle of the door where there was a window. Through the window, a woman wearing a wedding dress peered through. Only seeing her white outfit, her bright yellow eyes shine through the veil, and whenever we locked eyes, she sprinted away. I walked up to the door, checking the peephole in the window for anyone out there. I didn't know who was dangerous and who wasn't. I didn't know anyone, or I didn't see anyone, my apologies. Walking outside, it was dark, foggy, eerie, and empty. I couldn't see a foot in front of me without my flashlight. I looked left and right, and only to see no one and nothing. The only things I saw were doors to motel rooms. I went up to the front desk to see if there was a phone so I could call somebody, maybe the police. As I entered the front desk, it was empty, deserted, and torn apart. There were papers scattered everywhere, and everything was knocked over. It's as if a tornado had came through. Searching for a phone or anything to help me, I knocked over a water bottle. The water bottle fell in a bucket of blood, and it splashed up. A deep, dark, demonic voice came up behind me. I froze. I couldn't move. I couldn't move if I wanted. Once again, his dark, raspy voice, clear, not from this world, said, "Hey, you there." I turned around. A young man, freshly shaven, beard, nicely dressed, and a top hat. "Come here. There's nothing to be afraid of." His voice now sounded human. His voice now matched his appearance. I walked over him. Another man walked up from behind him, an older, wise-looking man, with a beard and a tank top on. He had a knife tucked in the band of his arm and a gun in his waistband. He locked eyes with me and put his hand to his mouth, and telling me to be quiet. "You're gonna attract him. Be quiet." As he let go of me, I whispered, "Attract who? And who are you?" He stared at me like I was stupid. "You're gonna attract the wetheads. I'm Tony. They call me T." He acted confident, like he had done this before, many, many times. What is happening? Who are the wetheads? What is this place? Where am I? Why did you kill that guy? I said frantically, realizing that the seriousness of the matter. Tony pointed at me. An 8-foot-tall, pale, blonde-haired man was standing behind me. 8 foot? Golly, that's up there. He was looking down. I couldn't see his face, and his hair covered it. His shirt was off, and he unreasonably skinny. He stood there. As he stood there, a rain came a flood. He was standing a few feet away. His arms could easily reach me if he swiped me. He looked at me. His yellow eyes were glowing. He tilted his head. "Hi there, friend." Suddenly, he leaped at me with straight arms. I moved to the sides, dodging his attack. He landed on the ground, jumping back up. "Well, you are a swift one." His voice was mellow, deep, and demonic. He leaped at me once more. I moved out of the way, sprinting to Tony. He handed me his gun, with a look that said, "I told you so," written all over it. I turned around and glanced at the pale man. He walked towards me with a grin. I drew the gun and fired. His head rolled to my feet. His eyes were no longer glowing. "Can I have my gun back now? You've had your fun." I handed Tony his gun. He stared at me. So what's going on here? Tell me the story," I said with a confident look. "Well, once upon a time, a few 100 years ago, here in this place at Clarksdale, Mississippi, it was dark, cold, and rainy. A witch of the name of Mary Steinfeld had cast a spell with the death of 5 teens. She cultivated their blood, collecting it, putting them in jars for spells. One night, she vanished. She had vanished for years. No one had seen her. Then one day, 2 boys found her. She was on the edge of a cliff doing a blood ritual. The 2 boys were never seen again. Police caught her. She cast a spell on this land for 1,000 years to come. This is what she said. Blood and rain, head and hands. May this land be cursed with a bad omen. Rain turns, blood burns, head turns, and heads fall. May the night rain thirsty vampires. We call this motel Death Water Motel. I looked at him in awe. How did I, of all people, me? You feel it too? I looked at him. Feel what? He glanced up. A woman in a dress, the same woman I had seen in the window. Tony tossed me his gun and pulled another one from his boot. I have been expecting you, the woman in the dress said. Her voice was raspy and demonic. She was on all fours. She reminded me of a spider. Bring it, Tony said. We stood there side by side, prepared for whatever she brought. And that's all he wrote, y'all. That's a pretty good story. It was, I like the dialogue in it. It was pretty neat. But I think that wraps it up for all of the stories for this week. Heck yeah. Hoorah. But let me roll my chair out of the way. But appreciate y'all for watching, and let's check out, do I call you Caitlin? I guess. Check out my sister and Isabella's costume. If y'all don't mind. Maybe we have like a minute or two to kill. Probably not.
Good morning, CBTV. So, for my costume, I am Isabella.
I'm Caitlin.
Because people said we look a lot alike.
So we didn't even have to dress up.
And then also for my shoes, I wear my Halloween shoes. Very festive.
Ladies and gentlemen, Caitlin and Isabella.
Wait, switch it, because I'm Caitlin.
I'm Isabella.
Caitlin and Isabella, y'all.
Oh,
But
I got home at like 12 o'clock and I had to print these out and it took me nearly 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Yeah. But I got it. Well, I had to print Mr. Baker's face off as well.
All right.
Okay, bye, guys.
That's all she wrote, y'all. But I appreciate y'all for watching. Happy Halloween, everybody. Be safe out there. Have fun, but be safe. I appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll catch y'all all